Ashe family, this is Edwin Rose, always trying to bring you guys the truth, man. Hey, we diving right into it, man. So today's video is basically a challenge to to all the fathers out there. Um, I mean, I'm gonna just be honest with you guys, man. I don't care what topic you pick. I want you guys to teach your partners, your girlfriends, your wives, your children. I want you to pick a subject, pick a topic, and study it before you present it to them because you're going to get challenged, fellas. And I want you to just break everything down and talk about it. See, what I'm finding out more and more is our people, for whatever reason, our people don't want to read. Our people don't want to research. Like it's almost it's really asinine because I did grow up in the era where I had when I went to the library, I had to go get what's called an index card. First, I had to find that index card, find that book, and then go to that aisle and that row and that shelf and find that book. And it usually wasn't in in like a specific spot. It was just on a specific row, you know. So gave you that comparison to say, you can pick up your phone and you can pull up three, four, five different situations where you can have information at your hand. I've told you guys I've given you guys every Bible app that I've used. I'm giving you guys every Bible app. I have at least five Bible apps on my phone. It's just a source of information. Because when you present something to somebody, they're going to want to know what's your information. What's your source of information? So be ready to give the source of information, be ready to talk intelligently, and my challenge to the fathers out there is to pick a topic and break it down and start these conversations with your children, your wives, your partners about what's really going on. And I'm not going to go with the Bible today. I know it's Sunday. I usually bang on the Bible, but I'm going to go with Juneteenth. Um, I'm going to go with Juneteenth, man. So I know I posted a lot over the last couple of days, but I was just trying to give you little bitty snippets of the truth. I was trying to say, hey, you guys have been social engineered to start accepting slavery as law. And like I said, these things are just deeper than how we're talking about. So in general, we say the slaves were free, which listen to me, family. And I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. We say slaves were freed. That is a mental messed up statement. Slaves wasn't freed. Our ancestors were freed. Our great grandfathers and grandmothers were freed. Slavery is a terminology. It's its own institute. Slavery is its own institute. We have to get out of the notion that we were slaves. We were not slaves. We were farmers. We were miners. We were mothers, fathers, daughters, sons. We were not slaves. Slaves is not a title that anybody could choose. But in this society, we have chosen to use that word slavery in I want to really get down to it, family. It fucks you up mentally because you're promoting slavery, and you're conditioning yourself to be okay with slavery. Slaves were slaves weren't freed. Our ancestors were freed. Nobody is a slave, family. What's a slave to you? And see, this is the thing that you got to teach your children, your wives. Who was a slave? Who? I understand that there were people born slaves, but who is born a slave? Whatever religion you believe in, whatever, whatever. I'm challenging your moral fortitude right now. Who is born a slave? Between you have a baby between a man and a woman, and you mean to tell me that child is somebody's property? You got to look at the. You got to look at it directly for what it is. Slavery is a horrible institute that enslaved our people, and we have to quit saying certain things. We have to quit saying certain terminology. Slaves wasn't freed, okay? And and I like once again I give you guys the small tidbits of the reconstruction of slavery. The chains came off. That was it. That was it. It was a war tactic. The North was getting their butt whooped. The North was winning. I mean, once again, if you guys would do any research, the North. I'm sorry, the North was losing. The South was winning. The South was winning. The the South was winning, and they was like, "What can we do?" This was an this was a military tactic that Lincoln was like, "Hey, you know what? Two things he did with the Emancipation Proclamation. He gave slaves their freedom, and he said that they can come fight for them, and they will get their freedom. They will get. I do believe this is when the 40 acres and a mule started. Once again, you can do your own research. I might say something wrong, but you guys can. And I'm telling you, I might say something wrong because I want you to do the research, and you guys can actually find if I did say something wrong. But this was the proclamation was a war measure. So you guys have to understand what is a war measure. A war measure is a tactic. Okay, I'm gonna do this to get the results that I want. Because y'all gotta understand that the Emancipation Proclamation was the second law that they actually tried to give the South. Because let me tell you something. If the South would have accepted the first law, you would still be considered you would still have chains on. So you might want to thank the South for being stubborn because you might still have chains on because his first um I guess you can call it peace treaty was for them to keep their slaves, but they would just have to be taxed. I think it was that they had to be taxed on it or something like that. Once again, you guys can pick it up and look it up. But this was a war measure, and then they turned around and said, okay, we're gonna free these people, but then we're gonna create laws to put them in jail, to keep them in servitude. See, prison was just set up as the new slave camp, as the new plantation. So all these laws, right after they were freed, I'm not going to give you the name of the laws because once again, I want you to look it up. So if you were caught at night, they put you in jail. If you didn't have a residency, they put you in jail. If you could read, they put you in jail. If you couldn't read, they put you in jail. If you didn't have a home address, they put you in jail. If you didn't have your paperwork, they put you in jail. So it's If you didn't know the law, they put you in jail. So those first few years of freedom was nothing but people going back to the plantation to work. That's where you get sharecroppers from. Because a lot of people didn't want to leave. You got to realize that a lot of people didn't want to leave. A lot of people did run off and find and started their own towns and communities. But a lot of people didn't want to leave. But I want you guys to do some research, man, and stop just falling for bullshit. When our ancestors were free, they didn't celebrate that shit because it shouldn't have been in existence in the first place. The institution of slavery shouldn't be in existence in the first place. And why do we want to celebrate that? Why would I want to celebrate the army now? Once again, this was in Texas. Why are we celebrating the slave owners moving to Texas, trying to hide out in Texas, and then the U.S. Army has to come out there. The Confederacy Army has to come out there and free the last, I think it was 250,000 people. That they didn't. That what they did was turn around and use them to fight against them, and the British. Then once they freed them, or so-called let them go, they put them right in jail. So you had our freed ancestors became soldiers to fight for their freedom, to only go to jail and spend the rest of their lives in jail. Sounds like slavery to me. Sounds like slavery to me. Sounds like the same thing to me. But once again, we will jump up and down for the opportunity to barbecue. We will jump up and down for the opportunity to be entertained. And I don't get it, family. I mean, last night I heard fireworks all over the place. I'm like, family, we gotta start teaching our children, our wives, our loved ones, man. The Emancipation Proclamation was a war tactic. It won the war for the North. It defeated the South by them freeing their strongest asset, by them allowing their strongest asset to walk away from them. But walk away over here, and here goes some more chains. Walk away over here, and either you fight for us or you go to jail. And then you get freed and you go to jail because you don't know how to read, write, you don't have a home, you don't have an address. We catch you after dark, you go into jail, and we're gonna lynch. We're gonna lynch a good 30% of y'all too, because we just bored and we just like to do that shit. But like I said, I don't understand why y'all still want to be a part of this system when this was legal, and this was all legal, and you fall for the trap every time. You fall for the trap. You fall for it just because they made it legal. It's okay now. It's okay. I don't get it, family. Like I said, the challenge is to my men. Please, please, please pick up something and research it, man. Research the fuck out of it. If you need me to do the research for you, and you want to talk about something, man, I'll do the research for you guys. But you got to do the teaching. You got to go and see. I don't mind when people do that. I've seen other people get mad that somebody then took their work and they're putting it on their platform as their work. Fuck that, man. Do what you got to do. If you want to take this and say, hey, man, why are we celebrating this bullshit? Why? If you want to take, and like I said, I'm not giving you that much information right here, but you can go right down my timeline to yesterday, and I put all of these. I put the laws up. I put the shit up. Let me see my phone. I put the shit up. Emancipation Proclamation right there, and I circled that it was a war measure. Can you see it? I circled it. I talked about Floyd Mayweather. I talked about free versus free-ish. I talked about it. I talked about the slaves of yesterday and the slaves of today. I try to promote, our black inventors. I'm always gonna do that. I told you how they lied to you in your face. I showed you how they lied to you on your face. Open every day except for Tuesday. Well, you're not open every day. How can you be open every day except for Tuesday? That's a lie. That statement is a lie. This is the things that I want. This is also the things that I want you to guys to try to do is teach your children how to read things correctly. Teach your wife how to read things correctly. This is a lie. Open every holiday except for Christmas. Well, you're not open every holiday, motherfucker. Why don't the sign just say closed for Christmas? Not open every holiday. Open every holiday, you open for every holiday. Except for Christmas. Okay? Once again, slavery was abolished except as a punishment. So slavery wasn't abolished. See, I'm trying to get you motherfuckers to think. You can't be open every day but closed on one day. You can't say slavery was abolished except for punishment. And then, did anybody read the decree? Did anybody read it? Slavery wasn't abolished. You this is what I'm saying. The wordplay and the things that they try to trick you with. Open every day. You're not open every day. Open every holiday. You're not open every holiday. Slavery was abolished. How? But then they hit y'all with the except. Except. Open every day except Tuesday. Open every holiday except Christmas. Slavery was abolished except as a punishment. Except. So it wasn't abolished. So right after this law, right after Emancipation Proclamation, how many laws was there? There's a whole book on the black code, black laws that you can go to jail for. So this is what I want you guys to start reading and teaching your people. Right after that, let me get the right date for you. So right after 1863, what were the black code laws and what were the laws in across the land against freed slaves, against freed black people? Huh? Look, this is the thing that I tell y'all got to connect the dots to everything. Y'all be talking about shit. It wasn't really a form because everything after that was directed towards prison. Hell, you got the incarceration rate right here in America to in the 90s, in the 2000s, how they incarcerated us at an alarming rate over everybody else. You still have it to this day, and we won't connect the dots. But we won't say, but you want to celebrate the bullshit, the war tactic to put your ass right back in slavery. And slavery is prison. Slavery is prison. Prison is slavery. You got guys that are doing life for weed possession. You have guys doing life for weed possession. You have guys, you have you people of color that defended themselves against their rapists doing 5 times more time than the rapists. You have people of color doing time that murdered or defended themselves against a rapist, and they're doing way more time than the actual rapist. But we want to be indoctrinated in this bullshit. And then like I told y'all, any topic, man, y'all can research and decipher the shit. But you have to understand the trickery and the wordplay associated with anything, any topic that you talk about. That's why I've been giving y'all little gems all day yesterday. I've been giving y'all little gems. I didn't want to hit you with something like this that's going to be long, because I know y'all don't. I know y'all attention span is short, but you gotta start paying attention to the fuckery, family. This is something that we shouldn't be celebrating. We didn't free ourselves. A group of freed black people didn't go down there and fight those people in Texas. I can't celebrate somebody else freeing me. What the fuck is that? Oh, maybe that's that savior mentality that we have. We're okay with being saved. We don't want to save ourselves. We're okay with being saved. So you're okay with being slaves. Come on, man. Come on, family. We men, listen, man. I know y'all might not listen. Whatever separating us, you guys got to see the fuckery. Especially when I explain it like this, I know you guys got to see it. You gotta be like, okay, well, you know what? I don't like Edwin because he ain't a Christian no more. But you know what? Man, I can't find any fault in what he's saying. Oh, you find fault. Something I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. You tell me. You get to the point here. You tell me what's the fault? What's the process of us not coming together and not listening to each other? What's the problem? Because all you have to do is hear this. If you disagree with it, before you open your mouth, do some research. Because what's the biggest thing that's wrong with our people is we like to talk and we like to talk and we like to talk. Here's a topic, and we don't do no research. We don't know nothing about the topic, and guess what we do? We will call in other people's shows. We will get online and we will text and type and text and type and talk and talk and talk and talk. Our people just love to talk. You don't have any information about it. You don't have any resources. You don't have any anything. And then when you get a person like me that says, hey, man, why don't y'all read? Read a book, man. Get an audio book. YouTube is full of them. There's a couple of online apps and stuff that's full of audiobooks, free audiobooks. But also get those dictionary apps, man. Get your Bible apps, whatever. Like I said, I don't know what you're into, but whatever it is that you feel as though you want to talk about, research it. If you want to, what's wrong with you Christians? If you want to research the Bible, what's wrong with taking some of the verses that I've said and proving it wrong? I think that would be the greatest, one of the greatest strengths for any Christian on here. Take exactly what I'm saying, that God and Jesus is the devil, and show your research that they're not. All of my challenges, go beat them. And in my challenges, go beat those challenges. Go find the pages. Go find the book where it says if you've been saved that you can handle snakes and drink poison and nothing will handle you. No harm will come to you. Prove those things wrong. Show your research or do what the book says. See, that's what I'm talking about. This is the things that I'm talking about. It's like it's asinine, but you'll still wake up the next day and praise Jesus. But you won't prove the things that you won't prove that the Bible is correct. I ain't seen nobody black drink no poison. I ain't seen none of y'all handle no poisonous snakes, no venomous snakes. I ain't seen none of that shit. And I'll put that challenge up here a lot. That would prove to me that your book is right. And I think the most expensive challenge I did was 1,500. But I usually say 500, and I usually but the last couple of challenges I said I will convert back to Christianity if you do X Y Z. And the last one was to go to the hospital and heal, because it also says in that same verse that if you've been baptized and you believe that you can heal the sick, you can heal the sick. So go to the hospital and heal the sick. Go to the old folks' home and heal the people. Go to your family members that are sick and heal them. Right? This is what your book says that you can do. It's what your book says that you can do. So go do it and show it to us. This is what I'm saying. Y'all don't want proof of anything. So I've proven to you guys that the Emancipation Proclamation was a false contract. Is a false contract. It is a false flag. It's not freeing the slaves. It was a war tactic to take away their muscle in the South. Because right behind that, you got more black codes, you got more black laws that didn't do nothing. Because what's that accept? Accept as a punishment. So all these laws of that was punishable after this put you in jail, kept you in servitude, kept you in slavery, because slavery was not abolished. There's your proof. But what do you want to do now? But you got to teach this. You got to teach this, family. You got to teach it. You got to sit back and say, you know what, we've been hoodwinked. And here's a brother that's really trying to show us some stuff. And here's a brother that's really saying, you know what, take my material and use it as yours. I don't care. But fellas, my challenge to you is to get a topic, teach your children. You can go back through my timeline. You can ask me any questions. I'll be here to help you and assist you and whatever you want to do. But you guys got to start doing it. Seeing too much fuckery. Seeing too much fuckery. I'm seeing a black, red. I'm seeing a black, red, and green American flag. Once again, here's another thing that you guys can do. Which flag is worse? Which flag is worse, the American flag or the Confederate flag? The Confederate flag was stolen from your people. The Confederate flag was stolen from your people and has never been in power. The Confederate flag has never been in power because our people helped, once again, help fight in the South, help fight for the Confederacy. They took that flag from the so-called Black Indians. So who has done more harm under you? Because when the KKK shows up, they show up with the American flag. When you were in slavery, the American flag was flying since 1777. You've been lynched, hung, raped, enslaved under that flag. So why are we taking anything from that flag and using it? Why? This is something else that it's simple. It's a quick research. It's a quick research. It's a quick 5-10 minute research. Why? Which one was worse? Which one was worse? Which flag was worse? Once again, you flying these false flags. That flag don't mean shit to nobody. But and this is the thing I don't get, man. I don't get why y'all rocking this shit. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm not rocking nothing with American flag on it. Nothing. If it's something that I got that got the American flag on it, it's going in the trash. It's not my flag. I don't have to salute the flag. I don't have to stand for the flag. It's not my flag. I already given you guys the codes on that. Once again, it's something that you guys can go back and research. But I went long enough. I just wanted to challenge the fathers. Please, please start having your family read and research. Okay? Hotel.